Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Hello one and all, this is Spare Time here bringing you what I would consider one of the best free first-person shooters out there on the internet. This is MechWarrior Online. MechWarrior Online sets you up with 2 teams of 12 players, and you're doing a variety of different objectives on different maps, and you have different robots which are called mechs. It gets a little confusing, but luckily enough, everybody, you've got me here to explain it all to you, and I plan on getting you started. Once you get done with the video, get you started into the game within about 10 minutes after getting it downloaded. So let me get you started here. We're going to go through this. It might take a while, but I want you guys to feel comfortable once you start playing MechWarrior. So here we go. Let's start off with the specs. The specs are as designated by the website are this. They've got a minimum and the recommended. So there's that. These are my specs of my computer. If you want to get a comparison how it runs, this is running just fine on my computer. So this gives you an idea of how you can do on yours, whether you can run well or not. Alright, and then now the next thing let's do is we got to figure out where you need to get this information, get the program from. So let's go over to, and we're going to get rid of the specs now. And we're going to change over to the website. The website is MWOmercs.com. Alright, we're going to pause this guy here, and we're going to go over now, and let's see, we want to go to, I'm going to close this down. This is the website, MechWarrior Online, MWOmercs.com. Now, once you get here, it's very easy. It says right up here, this play for free. The play for free button, hit that button. Once you go there, this will be where you put in your information about country, because they do have players coming from all over the world play this game. Your pilot name, which will be the one that shows up in-game, email address, your password, date of birth, and the other stuff down at the bottom. The standard stuff for actually logging into a new game. Alright, once you click create an account down here, this will then take you to, will actually send you an email for confirmation. Once you hit the confirmation in the email, it'll take you here. As you can see, this is where I got the data from for doing the game. You hit the download button. This should only take about 1 or 2 minutes to download. This is downloading the installer and the starter, the launcher for the game. Okay, once you've done that, it will then take you to, I'm moving you over here, hold on, we're going to, oh, there's that. Here, this is my monitor. You'll get one of these little icons on your desktop. The MechWarrior Online icon. You double click that, and it will take you to the launcher screen. Okay, and that looks like this. Now, if you look down there in the corner, there is the big play button. When you first launch, it will actually have an install or a patch button there. That's what takes you a while. So you guys might as well settle in, find something to do, you know, to get something to eat, you know, take a nap, you know, whatever you want to do, because it's going to take probably about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. It did on my system, about 1.5 hours to actually get everything installed and all the patches downloaded. Alright, so you got to do that. But once you've done that, you're going to hit this big play button here. And it will take you over to the actual game. And here you go.
Achieved with CryEngine.
Now you can fast forward through all these little things on here by hitting spacebar or clicking. Either one will work. And hold on, just to put this up. This is where you get to your screen. I've actually already created a new account so we can see what it looks like when you log in for the first time. I'm calling it Spair Tutorials. If I could spell. There we go. Logging in for the first time. This takes you to the main screen for the game. It'll take a little bit to connect. And then we're going to show you all the different parts of the screen so you can get started, so you know what you're looking at. It's one of the most confusing parts about getting started here is, do you want to launch the tutorial? So you can start the tutorial. I'm not going to. You can do so if you want to. I'm going to bypass this and just get started right into the game. Okay? You come here. This is where it shows you the different types of games. There is a game called The Assault. 2 teams attempt to destroy the opponent's field base or to wipe out the entire other team. Conquest is capturing objectives or wiping out the other team. And then Skirmish is just straight wipe out the other team. You've got different locations you can do this on. You got North American, European, and Oceanic. Oceanic is more the Australia area. So they've got them broken into different areas so that you can get the best ping and the best connection for you. Choose yours, whichever one you want to work with. I'm working with the North American, and I'm going to do all the different game modes. Okay, and there we go. I'm going to close this down for now because I don't want to hit play now just yet. We are going to be going over and looking at on here four different spots, but it's 3 right now. It's going to be the select mech. We're going to be doing the testing grounds and the settings area. I'm going to start off with the settings area. So we're going to go right down here and talk about the settings. Standard stuff for a lot of different games. There's some things in here you really don't need to worry about. First person view, if you like things more expanded or closed, just let you can play with that some. Sensitivity of the mouse, achievement notifications. I like all this stuff here. Let's see, reward settings, you don't need to worry about that. Audio, text, I'm going to turn the music down here. Only because as I click out of the screen coming back, it keeps turning on, turning off. It gets annoying. And let's see, VoIP, you can change there. Video, changing your resolutions. And then keyboard, this is where I want you to work on. Pretty much standard everything here. You want to just a few things you want to know. W is throttle up. It's the standard WSAD. Then it's got a few extras in here, and I'll show you those a little bit later. There's some things I want to change here. Fire selected weapon group. I don't know if this has changed on yours or not. I've got mine set as mouse 1, so that means when I hit the regular left mouse button, it fires whatever group I'm working on, whatever group I'm working or using at the time for the weapons. And then I've got mouse 2 being weapons group number 6 because I can set some things up that way. But I'll show you what I've got here. The other thing you need to work on or set up is weapon group highlight, left and right. This is where I do the mouse wheel up and mouse wheel down because it allows me to change things. Once again, I'll show you why in just a minute. But you need to know these things. Zoom is Z. Okay, and I think that is it. You might want to just check some of the other stuff right now, as you go along. See if you like it. If not, change it around however you want to. Let's see. I think that's it. Jump jets I'm not going to worry about. You'll worry about those later on. I'm just want to get you started in this. So, all right. So there. That's how I set up my my settings, because you're going to need these later on. All right, let's go here. Apparently, you can use a controller on this. controllers are using, I don't know if you can use the controllers you can hook up from like the PlayStation or Xbox controllers or not. I'm not sure. I know this is set up for a joystick. I don't use it. A majority of people do not use them online, but that's your own preference. All right, I'm going to cancel this. I'm not doing anything. Yes, I didn't save anything. Okay, next thing to work on. We've now done the settings. Let's now look at the mechs. When you start up for the first time, you're not going to own any mechs. They're what's called trial mechs. This tells you that trial mechs can be looked at, but cannot be, none of the editing can be saved. So you don't even have to worry about that. We're going to collapse all here because I want to show you something. This is where a lot of the confusion starts coming. Well, what do you use? What do you do? There are 4 different types of mechs. There are light mechs, medium mechs, heavy mechs, and assault mechs. Assault mechs are the huge ones that walk around, the lumbering hulks that walk around and kill just about everything in their path. But they're really slow. But then you've got the light mechs, which are really, really fast, very, very hard to hit. But they are also don't have a lot of weapons on them. So there's different classes, different levels in between that make it either easier or harder depending on your play style. Trial mechs don't cost you a thing. I want you to go through for the first bunch of matches and just try the different trial mechs. Alright? I'm going to pull one up here. I'm going to show you what you want to do in order to test them out. We are now going to go to the lights. This is a light mech over here. Medium mechs, a little bit bigger, to assault mech. So that's a light mech that you have right there. That is a Raven, which is a fun one to run for a light mech. Then we're going to look at the Banshee, which is, as you can see, a larger mech. See, you can move these around, take a look at them. Now, the Banshee, if you want to see what kind of weapons are on there, I told you there's a variety of different weapons. You've got 4 different types of sizes for mechs. You've got a variety of different weapons on those mechs. Here is an example. On this one, if you look over here on the, what is that, about the middle of there, it says loadout. On the new screen that popped up, it says 4 medium lasers and 3 large pulse lasers. I'm going to show you what those look like. There are also ballistic weapons, which are big guns, and there are missiles in here. All take a little bit different way of doing it, but you just need to learn how they work, and using the one spot that I showed you, the trial grounds or the training grounds, those testing grounds, those will actually help you figure out how things work. I'm going to take you over there now and show you. I'm going to use the Banshee right now as my mech. And we're going to go over here now and go back and go to the testing ground. Testing ground, pick anything you want, doesn't matter. This is a great way of learning what some of the maps are. You can run around and see what the maps look like, but it doesn't matter right now. We're just going to pick this first one right here. And we're going to go in and talk about movement of the mech. Alright, we've selected the mech now. And my cursor's gone because I gotta wait till the game downloads. Alright. Alright, here you go. This is how the mech looks. And it's going to start you off in 3rd person at first. If you want to change back to 1st person, you hit F3. F3 will put you in here. F3 will put you back. Alright? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to change this. We are now on the testing grounds. Okay? Testing ground. Movement. As you can see, I want to show you something. This is moving the mouse, moves just the top portion of the mech. It's a lot like a tank. or like swiveling. It's almost like, you know, the calisthenics that you did. All right, everybody, burn those calories, do those twists, twist back and forth, back and forth. You feel it? That was the burn. You see that? All right. This is how you actually point and shoot, is using your mouse. Okay? Standard other movements. We're going to go into first person here. W makes you go forward. In this case, it's got it so when you hold down the W, you move faster. When you let it go, it goes slower. I'm actually going to change that. Settings. Keyboard. Oh no, it's game. Throttle decay. That's what I'm going to turn off. Right there. Throttle decay. Start in first person. You can change that. If you don't want to start in third person every time, you can turn that off there. Arm locks, it does not matter. Some people like it, some people don't. I'll tell you what that is in a minute, but you don't have to worry about it for a while. So we're not going to worry about that until a later video. At any point in time during this, if you see something you want me to go back over or go into more detail, please let me know. I'll do it in another video. Right now, I just want to get you started so you can jump in the game. I'm going to turn those off. And we're going to go save that. Resume game. Now, if I tap it once, it goes about 10% of the speed. Tap W again, it'll go about 20%. Tap it again, it goes 30. Same thing with S, going backwards. It will take 10% off each time. And then you can go backwards. Okay, so W makes you go forward, S makes you go backwards, or slows you down. Okay? You also turn the mech by using D and A. See how that looks in third person here? See, that turns the legs of the mech. That is different than turning the torso. It's almost like running along. You can run in a different direction, turn in another. That's what you're doing here. Okay? It'll take some practice. That is one of the hardest parts about playing MechWarrior, is learning
acquired.
Is learning the thank you very much. Is learning the movements of the mechs. Okay, and now, as you can see, when you point at a target, if you're close enough, it will automatically target that one for you and put a red box around it. Otherwise, if you look, if we turn away, oh, this one didn't do it here. Guess we're close. Oh, see, now it's disappeared. All right, but it comes back when it comes back into gear. Okay, so if it does not show up, or if you're not pointing at it, it'll have an empty triangle over it. Once you target it, it'll have a solid one. That means that's the one you're targeting. If you look at the lower right hand corner, those are your weapons there. If you look, the first grouping there with the ones that are highlighted, that's the first group. That means when you hit the button right now, that's highlighted, only those weapons will fire. With the wheel mouse, I can change that to do weapons group 2. And now when I hit the button, that'll fire those weapons. That way I can scroll through whatever the game has set up. I can scroll through and fire those weapons. Okay? So if I just wanted to fire these guys at him.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed. That was a small mech. Those lasers knocked him out. If I wanted to fire the other ones, I just move the mouse wheel down and the other ones fire. I love the graphics on this. That's the best thing about it. Well, it's one of the best things about it. On the bottom, that's the map. Oh, see, there's another one. I use E
Target acquired.
to target the next one. Let's see. Here, looking around, see I can move one direction and still point a different direction. Almost like a tank. And there we go. Fire him as we move around. But that's the hardest part. X. The X at the bottom, so W is forward, S is backwards, X is stop. There you go. Let's do that. So you actually get pieces blown off of it also. So there you go. You've got movement now. You've got how the weapons work. You can walk along, you can look around. And I think that is it. Oh, map down at the bottom. The map down at the bottom. Slow this down. You can't bring it up in this one. If you hit B, a large map will come up. You're still in game, but a large map will come up to show you what it all looks like. You will see at the bottom, like now, there's a red triangle down there. That's the enemy. Your group will be the blue triangle, so that'll tell you where everybody's at. The wedge, the highlighted wedge, is where you are looking. Okay? And the dotted line with the arrow, that is which way your legs are pointing. So that'll tell you which direction your mech is moving and also which way it's looking. So you can tell, see, like right over there, there's the guy there. Z zooms in. I can see him over there, but as soon as I move him outside my field of vision, he disappears. Alright, I don't think there's anything else at the moment. That tells you how the weapons, you gotta move the weapons back and forth in order to choose something. Now, there is something else I thought about. Different weapons, the smaller the weapons, small lasers, medium lasers, large lasers, depends on how far they can shoot. So if you have something with a bunch of small lasers, don't expect to shoot something across the map. That means you have to be closer up. If you have something with large lasers, you can shoot something farther away. So you gotta think about that one also. See, my medium lasers do not work at the moment, but the large lasers do.
New target acquired.
Let's kill this one guy off, and we will be done with this area. Boy, he's taking a while. He's a bigger mech, so it takes a lot
Target
more.
destroyed.
Oh,
critical.
I almost forgot. Heat warnings. Heat warnings. Here's what happens. If you run something, if you see that bar over on next to the map there, that is the heat level of your mech. If you get too hot, it'll shut your mech down, like this. See, each time I fire that, the heat goes up. Then it cools down a little bit, but then it fires again. And here's what happens.
Heat level
You'll
critical.
get the warning. You do it again, your mech shuts down. Until it can cool down enough, then it will come back up again. So that gives you an idea of something else, just so you have to think about. A lot of this stuff is, when you get into the game, you're gonna die lots. I died plenty of times. I'm still dying plenty of times. But it's fun just to get in there and give it a try. Not costing you anything. You jump in, you give it a try. Alright, so here, we are done with the testing grounds. With the match, okay. You can do that with as many different mechs as you can find. It doesn't matter. Pick any of those mechs that are in the trials. That is a great way of figuring out what level of mech that you want, from whether it's going to be light mechs, or whether it's going to be heavy mechs or assault mechs. We'll get into talking about when you want to buy your first mech and stuff in another one. This one I think is good for right now, just to get you started. Okay, so there we have talking about the testing grounds. Now to get into gameplay. It's time for game time. This is the button right up here, the Play Now button. This tells you the different types of mechs that are playing at the moment: light, medium, heavy, and assault. They try and spread it out so you don't have a whole full game of just assault mechs. So this gives you a percentage of what mechs are playing at the time, and also what servers. All right, you hit that button, and you're in a game. It'll start you up right away. You don't have to pay anything. It's right in there. Now, there is money you can pay into this, but very different from other first-person shooters that cost money. This does not, the money that you pay does not give you an advantage in the game. Slight advantages, but there are plenty of good stuff out there that is free, and a lot of the stuff that you pay for now will end up being something you can get for free. So it's not something that, like the other games, where it's a pay to win. You cannot do that here. It is a great community, great guys on here. The majority of people you run onto here will be willing to help you anytime. And that kind of flows right into my next one here, which is the extra credit. I'm going to be doing some more of the videos later on about tips about doing when you're doing battle. So get in there and just try some different stuff first. You'll die right off the bat. My first match I got in there, I didn't last 30 seconds. No problem. So get in there, ask for help. If you want help, you see right up here, these guys right up there, got my name. I'm still learning this, that's why I'm doing this video. But the other two guys up there are ones that I saw on Twitch that were a great amount of help explaining exactly what's going on. So make sure you drop by Twitch, watch some of the players there, ask questions. They'll be happy to help you out. People love doing the new player, helping out the new players. But that's why I'm doing this one here now too. I want to get more people involved. It's a great game. It's a lot of fun. The graphics are excellent for something you get for free. And it's just a great time to get on here and be able to shoot things. Matches are only about 10 minutes long, 5 to 10 minutes long. So you can get on, play a match, go off and do something else, come back, or you can play all night long. Whichever you want to do. Alright, so there you go. Let's see, I can't think of anything else. I think that's it. If you have any ideas for other as you're playing along, other videos that you want, tutorials, let me know. And I'll certainly get into doing those. And follow me on Twitch. Write me a note. Leave some comments. Make sure you follow. And we'll get back to doing some more of these. All right? Everybody, thank you very much. And we will talk to you guys later on. And we will hopefully be back. And I will hopefully see you online. All right? Everybody, thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.